the class or they have questions. So it may take maybe 15 to 20 minutes to cover the review. So we'll lock down. We'll not spend too much time on last week content. But then today we have a lot to cover. And one of the things we're going to cover here is called advanced commands. So today we're going to cover advanced commands. These commands are really system engineering command, which is admin should know about it. The last week command is called basic commands. We covered a lot of command, example ls, example cp, example mb, example rm, example uname, example, a lot of small command we covered. Today, we are going to cover a lot more advanced command. So example, we're going to cover grep, very friendly, very useful command. Find, locate, zip, zip, and unzip. Sometimes people call gunzip, right? Unzip, sometimes people say gunzip, right? tar command, right? ps command. And most important, we're going to do permission command, chown, chgrep, right? mod, and then user command, user add, user delete. You see how many commands we're going to cover, right? It's not I'm going rushing. My intention is to not rush. My intention to give you more, because I want all of you to think about that Linux is not a class, but Linux is a career. Because when you get into the IT world, trust me, you will be super duper powerful when you know the command. You do not need to memorize command. Let me repeat. You just need to know the command and use ChatGPT, use book, use Google. You can figure it out. As long as you know that New York is New York and New York is in America, you will figure it out. But if you don't know what is New York, then it's difficult. So goal of the exercise is you will do command along with me, and then you will do homework also. You will also do quiz. So if you repeat a couple of times, like quiz, homework, lab, I'm sure you will remember most of the commands without any difficulty. But those who are still having problem, next week I'm going to repeat. The third thing we want to do is we're going to do quiz 1 and we'll do quiz 2. And the last but not least, I'll show you homework. So it's a lot more to cover today. And I'm super excited. Why? Because you are in class. When you're in class, you learn. And the best way to learn is to do it, right? So just like last week, we created AWS account. I'm hoping you all have AWS console account. We're going to use this account. In case if you're not creating an account, you can create quickly. It takes hardly a minute or two to create an account. Once you have an account, you can do all the labs. I want to also try today, if time permits, PuTTY. So PuTTY connection to your AWS VM. This is something important because in real life, you will be using PuTTY with SSH client. SSH means secure shell client. And this is something your life, day in and day out. So you should know about it. So we'll cover that. Now, the only problem in this class is a lot of steps are there. And when I explain, if you're doing texting or if you're doing something, you will be miss one step and you feel awkward that I'm not able to do this. My goal is 80% rule. Like 80% students can do the lab, means I have to continue. If 0% is having a success, it means my problem because something I did not explain well. But if 80% students are able to do lab, I will continue and I request you to watch recording. My goal is like 100% students can do the lab, but so far I'm not lucky. So far I'm not lucky because sometimes you have some family emergency or work emergency. Sometimes you are having tiredness and you may lose opportunity. Completely understand. That's why we are recording the session. So you have opportunity to rewind it. Good news. Next week, again, I'm going to repeat some of the difficult topic. In case if you have trouble, next week we'll repeat. This kind of things we're going to do a lot of time. Because when we do AWS, this is mostly we will be doing every day. I give you 100% guarantee. If you're taking this class, you will know this thing without any difficulty. Okay, almost all command will repeat multiple times because we follow spiral model. So today what we cover, next week we'll cover like that. We're going to repeat some of the things so we can go further. Sounds good? Any questions before we start? If not, let's log in. We're going to go to AWS console and we're going to log in. So let's go to AWS console. So we'll go to AWS console login and press enter. Please understand, this is the AWS console login. I normally go through Google search and you can click on the AWS console. and you have an account, you can use that account and you can log it. Your account will last longer, so you need to remember your password. AWS console login, right? And when you click on it, you will be prompted the password. Now, most of you have account created. So if you have account created, you can start from here. You click here on a root and you can get started and log in. Those who do not have account, and this is the first time you're doing, so new user, you're gonna start from here. If you're a new user, you click here, provide your informations. It may ask your credit card detail. It may ask you what type of account you want, free, and you complete it. It may take a 2 minutes. It will send you email, verify your email, apply your credit card details and all, and you are in. Make sure you create an account. This is important for AWS user. Those who already have account, which is called existing user, you're going to start from here, right? Existing user, you're going to start from here. So I already have an account. So I'm going to start from here. Those who are new, they start from here. Let me start here. And first thing, I'm going to enter my email address. Please understand, I'm logging as a root. I'm logging as a root. I enter email address. So sometime in exam, they will ask, root user, how they log in? Root user always log in with the email address. IAM user, which we're going to cover in after a few weeks, we will use with ID, user ID. So we log in with the ID. Root user log in with the email address. In a real life, root user will have SSO enable, which is called single sign-on, and they also have MFA enable in a real life. So please understand, SSO stands for single sign-on. Single sign-on means, like example, if I'm working on a Bank of America, then I don't have to enter my detail because it will detect from my browser cookie or browser session. If I have logged in to Bank of America, it will automatically log in and then it will prompt me MFA. Normally, MFA stands for multi-factor authentication. Most companies use either phone or some kind of keys, which is called RSA token or USB key. So if you are using key, you have to enter those numbers. That's kind of extra precaution. Last week we talked about, if you forgot or you lost your phone and somebody has access to your root account, they can hijack all your cloud. So let me repeat, hijack. In case if you do not understand, hijack means entire Bank of America is hijacked. Means it's $1 million and $1 billion loss. Think about that. If somebody hijack Bank of America cloud, it's a huge loss. Trust me, that is, and this type of responsibility, even it look like a Mission Impossible type of thing. And people are ready to hijack it. Every day they try different things because they want to see, is there a way they can log in or hijack? So like example, if you go to a ball game or if you are going for a social event, some people will be there where it look like your friend, but they are kind of trying to get the details because they get millions of dollars doing this thing. And there are a lot of issues. I'm sure you might have heard about Sony. I'm sure you might have about other companies, but Sony was lost like $24 billion just doing that this thing. So a lot of money lost, $24 billion, right? Think about if you hijack, just like example, JP Morgan or Bank of America, that might settlement in billions of dollars. So that much responsibility you have in your shoulder. You cannot make mistake right here. So it's very important. Let's go to next. And it will ask you, this is called CAPTCHA, just another security reason AWS try to see, are you human or not? So let's see if I can write correctly. Edge and login. And now MFA code. And if you don't have a phone, you can't do anything. That's the problem. That's the bad part about MFA. One way it's secure, but other way it creates another challenge. So in case if you lost your phone, you cannot log into your account. That's the problem. Okay, I am in. So give me thumbs up if you are in. Everyone is in? Awesome. People on phone? Good, very good. I see majority of thumbs ups are here. Awesome. So first thing first, every time we come here, I do a little bit explain more. So today I want to explain a few more things also. EC2, we have not covered in detail, but we will be covering, but EC2 where we create infrastructure. So we call infrastructure as a service. This is often asked in interview. This is called least level. So if you think about, there are 3 levels in cloud. The least level is infrastructure as a service, where you do only hardware, where you don't use too much brain. You use more your hand. So infrastructure service is a low level. If you are only working on infrastructure service, you will not make more than 100,000. Your salary will be less than 70K, like that, because you're not using your brain. You're using your hand. It's just no-brainer type of thing. Anybody can do it. But then later on, you will go for PaaS, called platform as a service. Speak with me. Platform as a service. Now, many of us do not understand what is platform means. So think about Netflix. So if somebody said Netflix, what platform Netflix gives? What platform Netflix gives? Streaming platform. Do you agree? Do you guys understand Netflix or no? Yeah. Right. What about Uber? What platform they provide? Transportation. So that platform they build using infrastructure as a service. So they have used this service, but they're providing service. Now here real people are using. Do you guys agree? Netflix is real people are using? Say yes or no. Yeah. So real people are paying money too. Yeah. So platform as a service make lots of money. Infrastructure as a service is a hardware, one person is using. You create a machine, who is using? One person. So they give money by $20. But platform as a service, per hour, Netflix will make how much? Maybe $10 million? Per hour, Netflix will make 10 million. If you think about Uber, per hour, they make $20 million per hour. If you think about Google, they make a lot of money. If you think about Amazon, they make hundreds of $millions per hour. What platform Amazon provides? E-commerce. Yes or no? So for 1 hour, if they make $100 million, they will give you 100,000 is not a big deal. Per hour, they make 100 million. Are we understanding? Yes. Per hour, and you will make 100,000 per year. Are we understanding? So maximum money is here. Believe or not. Here you have to use your brain, your prior experience. You have to use your hand, your architecture, lots of things. If you ask me, I've been in platform as a service for many years, approximately 12 to 14 years. I don't think I can say myself as expert. But good news, I'm learning every day. And I'm learning a lot more every day. Why? Because there is no limit. There are so many things you can do. Example, many of you are using what do you call GPS, right? That is a huge platform, right? Some of you might be using, let's say, streaming games, right? That's a huge platform. Some of you are using TV, like example, Super Bowl and all. That's another huge platform. So if you really want to make money, go into platform as a service. And platform as a service, you need to have approximately 32 service in and out you should know about it. Approximately 32 in AWS. Make sense? Out of 32, 9 service, they will drill you in the interview. EC2 will be one of them. But 9 they will drill you in and out. So when I prepare myself, I go through most critical services. And I'll tell you most critical services. Most critical service, if you say, I don't know, you are not going to be going to the next level. But they may also check this and then they will go further. Though AWS has many services, but depend on a platform. Depend on platform, some service will get high importance and some service may not get important. But all end up in a platform as a service. So first of all, and the third level is a software as a service. Software as a service means like ready-made package. Ready-made package. So ready-made package means, like example, Microsoft Word. You don't create it, you just use it. Example, Gmail. You just use it. Example, Google Docs. You just use it. So that's a software as a service. This is good for those people who are going for sales and marketing. So if you're going for sales and marketing, this might be very helpful. But you don't make money as here. I really want those who are going for admin, DevOps, system admin, you must know this thing. Infrastructure, definitely you need to know, but this is where interview get harder. Because majority people do not understand in and out platform as a service. Just to give you an idea, infrastructure service does take 4 or 5 weeks to understand that part. And we will spend 4 to 5 weeks here as well to understand this part also. But if you miss one class, you may miss 1 or 2 service. Some service take 3 hours itself. and some service may take 10 minutes. So wherever it takes taking 3 hours, I will give you a lot more lab. Let me repeat, more lab. In order for me to give a lab, I'll create a group, because you can work with a group, so you can have experience. Again, when I give a lab, please don't consider as a punishment. The reason it is so important that I have to give you 20 or 30 page lab. Make sense? Because unless you practice that, you won't have that confidence. Attending class, you may not get confidence. So we do lab here, but we'll give you homework also. And then in case additional required, we are going to start internship. And most likely within 2 weeks, I'll communicate. So you can practice also if you want to, or you can practice whenever you want. But please understand, without practice, your muscle will not build in platform as a service. Good. So 3 services. First is infrastructure as a service, where you talk about hardware, CPU, memory, network. Platform as a service, where you think about pluggable service. Speak with me. So many people don't get it. So think about, I buy a part, brand new part. That's called infrastructure as a service. I have wall. That's all I have, right? 4 square. I have wall and door. That's the infrastructure service. But then I need electricity. Then I need a plumbing. Then I need internet. Then I need a heating service. Those services, when I plug it, my room is useful. Yes or no? My apartment room is useful. So platform as a service is a pluggable. You can add it, you can change it, you can remove it. That gives you value. That gives you value. So example, Uber is giving transportation, but there is a map on that. Yes or no? You can call, right? You can have text message. You can do voice message. You can do all those booking and all. Those are pluggable service. Map itself is a different service. Payment is a different service. Tax is a different service. Call is a different service. When you combine together, it's a platform as a service package. And that package you're selling. You will be helping creating that package, securing the package, metering the package, scaling the package, logging the package, auditing the package. There are so many things you will be working on. And if you get it good in that, trust me, you will not have problem. Money is not a problem. Money will never be a problem, because this industry, they make a lot of money, so they give you a lot of bonus and benefits also. Sounds good? Okay. Now let's click on EC2. So when you click on EC2, as always, here I'm going to give you a little bit more and more information as we go further. So EC2 we are creating. By default, this EC2 has a 4 different type of EC2. So please understand, whenever we do EC2, there are types of EC2. Please understand, these are AWS exam questions. I want to make sure you understand. So if you are very hungry, you need immediate food. Yes or no? In AWS, it's just like that. So if I'm hungry, I need now. So then you are creating EC2 on demand. On demand means you need raw on demand. Very expensive. On demand is very expensive. Why you need on demand? Because I need now. So if you need now, of course you have to pay money, extra money. We call prompt service, right? Prompt service. So on demand, when you create instance means machine, it's expensive. On demand. Speak with me. On demand. The second one, on demand, when should I use? If you don't know when to use and how to use for 1 or 3 months, on demand might be okay. If you don't know how to use, when to use, how long to use, on demand is okay. If you are doing POC, proof of concept, on demand is okay. But if you know that I'm using for website, or you know that I'm going to use this for a couple of years, you know already, then you should go for the next one called reserve instance. Reserve instance. We call RI. Reserve instance. Reserve instance means I know my usage. I'm doing website development. If I'm doing website development, my website will survive 3 years. It means I need to hold this machine for 3 years. So if you do RI, AWS will give you discount, and that will be 70% discounted. Good thing or bad thing? Because you are committing for long term. In case if you buy rent apartment for 1 month, cost will be high. 6 months, cost will be less. 6 years, cost will be low. Yes or no? Same concept. So reserve instance for long-term commitment. Speak with me. Do you think it's hard? And if in interview, if I ask you, hey, my workload is 3 years, what should I use? On demand or reserve? And if you say on demand, do you think you will pass? No. And people say, I have 4 years of experience, but you don't know 4-minute knowledge. On demand means instant, POC, research. When you don't know anything, you do on demand. Ideally, you should not do on demand. When you should do on demand? When you want to scale immediately, you do on demand. Scale, like example, Black Friday. You don't know how many people will come on demand for one day. But if you know that always I will have 1 million customers, then I should do reserve. So if your workload is predictable, what are you going to use? Reserve. If your workload is not predictable, what are you going to use? People on phone?
The I stand for I.
Instance.
Instance.
Reserve instance. So far, so good. The third one is called in a AWS thing, they call you kind of, bid for the thing. Like example, anytime if you don't want to use predictable form, but once in a while you want to do data crunching. You want to do data crunching. Data crunching means like I want to run some program for maybe 10 minutes or 1 hour. So for that, you're going to do Spark instance. Spark instance means you need it. If you get it, good. If you don't get it, no problem, but you bid. You only want to use it if I get it. So example, I have old car, auction going on. So I went there and I say, I'm going to buy car in $1. If the guy give me, I'll buy it. Otherwise, who cares? So Spark instance means if I want 10 machine, and if I get those 10 machine in 10 cents or $1, I will use it. Otherwise, who cares? Makes sense or no? So Spark instance means you're bidding. What you're doing? Bidding. Let's say sometimes you need 100 machine for 1 minute. Possible. Or 10 minutes or 1 hour. But you're not looking for 10 days. You're not looking for 10 months. 100 machine you need for 1 hour. So you're bidding. When you bid and you get, that will be 90% discount. Good thing or bad thing? So if you go to auction, you know what I'm talking about, right? Auction, you get car maybe $100. I have seen people buy car in $10. It's that ugly also. Sometimes you get a lucky. So that's a Spark instance. And the last but not least is called dedicated instance. Dedicated. Dedicated means it's mine. No one should use it. Mine. So machine is mine. There is no one is using it. So I get predictable performance. Speak with me. Predictable performance. Now, dedicated instance, only reason you use if you're using database. If you're using relational database. So if you're using relational database, you might use dedicated instance. Why? Because you can transfer license from your local machine to this one. You can transfer your license. You can transfer license from your laptop to that dedicated machine. Only you can transfer if it is a dedicated. So example, I bought a Oracle software. I install in my local machine. I realize, I don't need local machine. I want to use cloud. So if you want to transfer the license, because you paid $15,000 for license, now you want to transfer to the cloud, the only way you can transfer if you have dedicated instance. And that's why there is a special word, bring your own license. Speak with me.
Bring your own license.
So this will be a question in your exam. Bring your own license. Which one would you use? Demand, on demand, reserve, Spark, or dedicated? Remember, dedicated. Dedicated has only one benefit. You get predictable performance. So when you are using, like example, if you're using, only you are using, no one else is selling. So that's kind of nice, predictable. Normally people use for database or proprietary software, where you have to bring license from your infrastructure. Otherwise, you have to end up buying 2 licenses. Why would you buy from infrastructure and cloud? So people use dedicated instance, bring your own license. So how many instance type you have? 4. On demand, reserve, Spark, and dedicated. Yes.
So does that mean on demand, reserve, and Spark are not dedicated instances? Like they are shared with others?
You don't know, but it is shared.
Yeah.
The
We don't
AWS,
see it.
exactly. AWS say, I have a machine, which is the physical machine. They will give you something and they will give me something, but we will be using same machine. But if you do dedicated, cost will be high. Cost will be high, but entire machine is for you. So you are getting predictable performance. Question? Yeah.
So does AWS offer any incentive for
Dedicated, no incentive at all. They lose money. Of course, they lose money because think about how many rooms you can have in a hotel, maybe 500, right? So if everyone take dedicated, then AWS will run out of machine. Yes or no? Are you guys understanding or not? Dedicated means each person get machine. So if you have 25 million, then 25 million machine they need. Impossible. So technically, they don't want you to use dedicated. That's why they motivate you to use Spot. They motivate you to use reserve instance. They motivate you to use on demand. Dedicated instance is the most expensive you can have. They want you to pay more money. It is equivalent to buy a laptop or desktop, but you're buying in cloud.
In terms of cost, how does the structure fall? Dedicated is the most expensive, on demand.
Dedicated is the most expensive, then on demand.
On demand, then RI, and then Spot.
Spot is the least expensive.
Okay.
But Spot is not a guarantee you will get it.
Yeah.
You have to bid it. There is no guarantee you will get it. Right? So Spot is kind of if you're lucky. Make sense? If you're lucky, when you bid something, doesn't mean you're gonna get it. Right? If let's say you bid for $1, and if I bid $1 1 cent, I'll get it. You are not gonna get it. So it's just a bidding means you never know you're gonna get or not. So Spot instance means if you don't have an urgent thing, and if you say if I get it, I'll do it. Otherwise, who cares? Then Spot instance. So Spot instance should be your last option because there is no guarantee. Good so far? Okay. So now go scroll down and let's click on launch instance. So let's click on launch instance.
So my credit card is not verified, so it won't let me. I guess I have to go through and create it again.
Yeah, if you don't have way to do, right? If you have another credit card and another email address, maybe you can try it out. It's very simple to create an account, right? You're right. Now let's click on launch instance. So when you click on launch instance, you will get here. Just last week we did it. So we'll give a name today. Today is Feb 19. Let's get started. Feb 19. And we're going to select AWS AMI. Right? We talk about there are 3 types of AMI you get. One is custom build. Second is free one. And third is marketplace. Right? Custom build, free one, marketplace. We're going to use AWS. Today we're going to learn a lot more things. So please buckle up yourself and get started because you will be learning a lot today. AWS, right? Now scroll down and instance type. So this is where I was talking about instance type. You have 4 types of instance type. One is the one we talk about on demand. Second, we talk about reserve instance. Then we talk about Spot instance, and then we talk about dedicated. Now reserve instance, there are 2 options. You pay all amount upfront, full amount upfront. So if you pay full amount upfront, you get 70% discount. But if you say, no, I'll pay 50% upfront and 50% after 1 year, then you get less discount, but you still get discount. In Spot instance, if you're lucky, you get 90% discount. What that mean? If on demand charge $1, then Spot instance will charge 10 cents. You see the difference, right? Same machine, 10 cents. And dedicated will be a little bit more than on demand. So it will be $1.20 like that, but you can transfer your license. Okay? We're going to keep it like that. Let's click on create key pair. So let's click on create key pair. Every time I create a key pair. So when you click on create key pair, we're going to use our key name. So today's key is, let's say, Feb 19. Now select this PPK. This time, make sure you select PPK. I'll tell you why. Select PPK. This is like it's very important. Public private key. So it's a kind of private key we are going to use. So Feb 19, that's my key name. And I'm selecting this item. And then I'm going to say create key pair. As soon as I do that, it will download key for my machine. So it will download automatically. So far, so good. So when you click on that, it will download. And you will see on the right side that boom, you can see the key is downloaded. This is very important key. You should never lose. This is your password. This is your bank locker key. If I have a key, then I can do damage. So please don't lose this key, right? Always keep it safe. Next, remember I told you like there are some services, they will drill you in the exam. One of the services is called VPC. V stands for virtual, P stands for private, and C stands for cloud, virtual private cloud. What does that mean? Let's take 1 minute so we'll understand. Virtual private cloud say that entire cloud, AWS, is called multi-tenant. Multi-tenant means we all work, means all live in this tenant. But VPC gives you some kind of virtual boundary. So you exist here, someone exists in next to you, but they will not know each other because the VPC gives you virtual. Remember virtual, they all are together, but VPC gives you isolation. What they give you? Isolation. It's a peace of mind that no one can sneak your data or your network. And that gives you isolation, it's a peace of mind. That service guaranteed in interview and in exam, people will ask a lot of questions because this is one of the most crucial services. This fall under security. So those who are going for security specialist, you do need to know this service. Again, it has a lot more to cover. It takes me 3 hours to cover VPC, but I'm not going to cover right now. Okay. Now scroll down. In security group is a part of VPC. We are not going to touch there. So we will keep it like that. Now scroll down. There is nothing special to do technically. So let me just repeat what we did. We just did our name, Feb 19, that's our name. And then we selected AWS Linux. And then we just created key pair. We downloaded key pair, right? Nothing to change. Later on, we'll cover about that. And right now, let's click on launch instance. So let's click on launch instance. And within a minute or two, instance will be created. So far, any question, concerns, doubt? Launch instance. Okay. While it is creating this instance, I just want to make sure you understand this instance where it creates under your region. So our region, my region is selected Ohio. If your region is selected somewhere else, it depends. So there will be a question in the exam. If you create EC2 in one region or you create EC2 in different region, will cost will be same? Yes or no? No, cost will be different. So like example, if you create this instance in Sydney versus Ohio, cost will be different. Second question, if 2 people or 5 people are creating EC2 instance, will they pay monthly cost same? No, why not? You're right. If we all create EC2 instance, excellent. It depends on usage, which is called metering. So like example, you are doing a lot more work, then you will be charged more. And I'm not doing a lot of work. Even though I created, but I'm not using, then I will be charged less. So AWS charge utility model. Speak with me. Utility model. Just like your water tap, you start and you flow the water. More you use water, you will be charged. Right? But if I have water pipe, and if I don't use water, I will not be charged. Question?
How does it, can you as a user select what region you?
Of course, you just select here and then first you select and then you create it, right?
But so, then how do you know which region is going to charge more, which region is going to charge
more? We have to do research, right? Like example, if I ask you common sense question, if I have $1, you are clear, $1? Yes. Now you go to India, is $1 cheaper in India or is much more? So India will be cheaper. So Mumbai will be cheaper. So you compare dollar and currency, and that way it will adjust accordingly. But it will be cheaper than US and Europe is expensive. Otherwise, everywhere it's cheap. Okay? If Indian people pay in US dollar, they will not use it. They will not use in AWS. So that's why many people are smart. They try to choose some of the workload in a lower region. Even Ohio and Virginia is a lot cheaper than Ohio. Because wherever the more traffic is there, AWS might charge more money. And you have to use it for it. But there is a vertical site is there, which is called calculator. I'll cover that, which you can see that cost region to region. Good. So looks like everything is done. So now let's click here. I'm going to click on my instance ID. And I'm hoping 2 by 2 might have done. So we just created an instance and we are coming in. And hopefully my 2 by 2 is ready. Sometimes when it's not coming, it's refresh issue, but overall it comes. The 2 by 2 is ready. And if that is the case, you may want to check here check one thing, and then you can click on connect. So we're gonna connect it, right? So let's check here. So I select here, and you can just say connect. You can also right click and connect if you want to, but I like to do check. Yes.
So like the key pair login, do you leave it as is, or
You have to create a key pair. You have to create a key pair just like last week. Can anybody help him? John.
Sure.
Yeah, could you help him? Yeah. So connect. And once I connect, I should be in. And there is no need to change here, but I remember this username. Your username is very profound. It's very important that you remember the username because we'll be using it. EC2-user. EC2-user, and now connect. And I'm hoping all of you will be inside. Yeah. Good. At this moment, any question, concerns, doubt? Good. Okay. Give me thumbs up if you are all connected. Right. Ready, John?
Yeah.
Let's get started. We'll review last week content. So everyone, please participate. Please understand. Okay. Okay, so let's get started. So first of all, how do I clear the screen? Clear. How do I see my Linux operating system name? No.
Uname.
Uname. Right? If I want to know current working directory,
PWD.
if I want to see the date,
Date.
if I want to see the calendar,
Cal.
25. Right? If I want to clear screen,
Clear.
if I want to see how many commands did I run?
History.
You guys did an awesome job, man. I'm impressed. Now, let's get started with the new commands. Please understand the reason I review and all, but you guys give me 100 out of 100, which is amazing. Each command is important, right? And I'm hoping all of you started on class on time. I know you're a little bit late. I hope you can catch up next time. Come a little bit early. Yeah, because remember, I don't want you to feel awkward that I'm not supporting, but you can see 30 minutes. Okay. So right now, let's start with one at a time. So what I have done, just for your knowledge purpose, I have created a forum, and forum has that. Last week, whatever the forum had, which I think many of you did homework, which is thank you for that. I added a section for you. Entire section, I rewrote entire section. So up to this last week, if you might notice, up to this we have, right? This all they have. But then what I did, I added a section called week 2. And everything I added. So in weekend, I was working for you. Completely I added because I thought you'd expect the best. So everything I added. So please relax and enjoy. Okay. Some of the things I'm going to refer it so you can, maybe when you have time, you can go back and understand. But everything, if you pay attention, you will be fine. I'm going to put a link in the chat. So that way you have access to that. Also, I have added this link in our PowerPoint section. So in case if you say, where did you put this thing? So please understand all those things which I have done is listed here. So
Sorry, I got a question.
1 second. Yeah, 1 second. I'll help you. Just 1 second. Oops. Just 1 second. Let me say 7. Okay, cancel that. Sorry for that. Post it. It says assignment currently being posted. Please wait for a few minutes. Okay. 1 second. Okay, I'll help you. Let me cancel this for a second. PowerPoint. I will add. So that way you have access to the forum part. Okay. So guys, we are in a Linux class. Please understand we are in Linux class. Under Linux class, under classwork, we are in a week 3. So if you see week 3, under PowerPoint, I have added a link. And I also added the same link in a homework, which you're going to get after a few hours. But in PowerPoint, there is a link here. So you can access that. And I'm also adding in the chat, so you can have access to it. Yes, Robin.
I know I just show something like
Mhm.
create a table. Is that gonna be like similar
Yeah.
to SQL?
Yeah, you will see that. You will see that. It's not that hard, trust me. Ready? So let's get started. The first command, I'm going to cover that. So first, please understand. You guys need to pay attention. Every step I'm going to explain, it's going to be super duper easy when you understand, you do it. So when I do history command, you can do that. History command I can see on the screen. Yes or no? But what I want is, I want to write this history command in a file. I want to write history command in a file. So if I do greater than, it's called write. And if I do 2 times greater than, then it's called append. Append means I'm going to keep adding to the existing file. Make sense? So append will grow the file. Append will grow the file. Write will keep the same file. So write will overwrite the existing file. So it will remove and it will create a new file. So that way your file will not grow. But if you do append, it will keep adding to the existing files. Your file will grow. So right now, please do this command for me. Write history greater than, just say my history. My history. So what you are saying here, run this command, and write to this file. So this is going to be a file. Make sure you write my history. Don't write history, otherwise you will remove the command. So please understand, we are saying history, and then you're saying greater than means write, and give a file name, my history, and press enter. What that mean? This means history command, whatever output you get will be returned to this file. Make sense? So whatever result you were getting through history command, you're not going to see on the screen. You're going to write into file. Press enter, and you will not see anything. You will not see anything because all output is written into file. Make sense?
Yes.
So now if you do cat my history, you will see the content. Give me thumbs up if you're understanding and you're able to do it.
Okay.
Make sense? So in Linux, anytime you want to write something to file, use greater than and give a file name. Make sense? Clear? So there are 2 things. One means write, and 2 means append. So example, if I use up arrow command, up arrow means I can see previous command. I use another up arrow. And if I do here 2 things, 2 greater than sign, what will happen with the existing content? Do you think the content will remain, or will content will be overwritten?
It's going to be remain.
Going to be remain. Why? The reason, because I'm using 2. So old content will be there and new content will be there as well. So why don't you use up arrow? Everyone understand up arrow means, right? Use up arrow. And once you see this command, up arrow, make sure you use up arrow. Don't write all. Use up arrow. And then when you have 1, instead of 1, just do 2. So now you're saying run this command again and append to the existing file. Append to the existing file. And let's press enter. When you press enter, you won't see output, but then you do cat space my history, and you will see lots of detail now. Do you guys agree? You will see lot of detail because you have append mode. Whatever the command worked before, you are kind of repeating one more time. The whole command, you can see this one appended. This was old content, and this is new content. Make sense? How did we get? Very simple. We ran a history command. Please understand, you have to type in order to learn. History command, and then we say greater than. How many times greater than? 2 times. And then file name was the same, my history. And after that, I did cat my history, and I can see the result. Good. Now, sorry, it means you must have typing error. You need to sit next to someone. Why don't you sit here? No. I want you to pay attention and go with someone. But the 2 people will help you. The only way your command won't work. Hello, see here. Only way your command won't work here if you type incorrect. Right? Having like Vishal or someone, it will be helpful. You guys can sit next to each other. If you're having typing error, or it 1 minute someone can help you, you are moving forward, right? Right? Yeah, it will help you. Remember, guide by side. If I were you, I would do the same thing. If I need help, what the hesitation? We are learning, right? It's okay to make mistake, but if you're making typing error, other person can easily catch it. Only you will make typing error, not me. Because if I make typing error, my command won't work, right? And all of you will have it. I will do my best. My command works all the time. Okay. So now everyone is clear with this. So now the next command, please understand next command. I want to bring, let's say 2 records or 3 records on a screen from this file. I want to bring 3 records, 3 lines. This is the command I ran, history command, right? So this history command, I created a file and then I view the file. Make sense? Now? Make sure you only type. You just need to type correctly. That's all. Explanation I'm doing. You have to listen to me. So I have lots of detail in this file. Now the command I'm trying to explain, I'm going to say I don't want entire file. I want only first 2 lines. First 2 lines. And if I want from top, it's called head. What do you call head? Make sure Linux works only lowercase. Linux only like lowercase. Head. And if I say head -2, what that mean? It will bring me 2 lines. But if I say no, I want from bottom 2 lines, then I'll say tail -2. Make sense or no? See, I can draw it, I can explain it, but typing you need to do. If you cannot type, nothing can be done. Do you guys agree or not? Because we are learning command, and command is typing. There are 2 commands we are learning, head and tail. There will be a quiz also. I'm making sure you remember that. Head means on the top. Sometimes you have millions of lines. How many lines? But if you want only 100 first line, head command will be useful. Or you want 100 last line, tail command will be useful.
How about in between?
Sorry?
What if you want line 50?
Then you need to do some interesting work. You need to do interesting. First, no, it is possible. First, you have to count how many lines you have. So that's for WC -L. Then you split that file. There is a command called split. So you split it in the middle and then get it. So you have to use creativity, but yes, it's possible. So let's get started. First of all, if I do cat, everyone can do cat. Cat, my history. So I can see entire history. Yes or no? Yes or no? But
Yes.
instead of this, I use up arrow. I use up arrow and then pipe. After I type, I use pipe. And then I can say head space -2. Head space -2. Look at that. What happened? Give me thumbs up if you're understanding what I'm trying to do. I using pipe. I say head space -2. So this was the command, working command, right? This was working command. I use pipe. Do you see the pipe? Pipe, I use pipe and say head -2. Get me only first 2 lines. Make sense? Right? So head to, why am I using pipe? Pipe means
Quick question.
you're saying take this file, take
Yes,
this file.
what key did
and
you
then-
what key did you get to put in the pipe?
If you have keyboard, look for the enter switch. And in enter switch, there is a switch called like this. If you carefully see that, there is a pipe that you have to do shift, hold your shift switch.
Okay.
And then you do pipe,
Okay, I see.
right?
I see.
Good so far? Everyone is clear. So if I want to do bottom, what should you command? So let's do cat. My history is helpful, right?
Yeah.
That's what. Remember, learning starts by asking help. Don't feel regret, don't feel shame. Unless you go that vulnerability, you will not learn. Remember, there is no way you can learn in eggshell. You need to be vulnerable. I have a problem. I need help. Can you help me? That's the way learning starts. Okay, so be comfortable. So cat my history, pipe, and now tail minus, let's say 4. So I'm actually showing last 4 line. Run it and give me thumbs up if you are able to do. Pipe, tail -4. Pretty easy. Do you think this is going to take hundreds of years to remember? Head -2. If I need 200
Not at all.
if you need 200 line, head -200. If I can read hundreds of times, but you are smart, you can understand head means top and tail means bottom. Clear? Crystal clear? Pinky promise? Great. Now, sometimes people write how many lines you have in this file. So you can say head, sorry, my mistake, cat, my history, that's file name. If I say pipe, WC -L. WC means word count, L means line. So your line total file has 18 lines. So this pipe WC minus L. So this file has how many lines? 18 lines. Are you guys understand? WC is a very powerful. When somebody asks how many lines you have, try not to ask them. You can easily find out. Many people say, let me call and find out how many files, how many lines did they send. That's called easy language stupid. You have command. Your command. You can't ask them. You are exposing your weakness. Make sense or not? People will measure your smartness by your question. So you have to ask good question, not like a simple question. So every time they give you file, they may not tell you how many records you have. You should find out. It will help you. Good so far? Now, let's say I'm clearing the screen. And if I say cat my history, I get everything, right? I get everything. Now, my manager says that I don't need everything. Please understand, my manager says, I don't need everything. I need the thing where you have a, let's say, just in a history. I want history. How many times you have history? How many history you have? I want to see that. So do you guys see history? So this will be one line. So basically they want to know, show me only lines. Listen carefully. Show me only lines in that file. There is a history there. Do you see the problem? File is there and there are some token. You are going to be network. So sometimes what happens, you have a file where they have IP address or host name or something is there. And you want to find out which line has that IP or address or host name hard coded. Are you understanding or not? Because if you don't know this command, you will be going crazy. You will be going crazy. Why are you going to go crazy? Because you don't know where the IP address is hard coded. So first thing, if somebody give you a file, and if there's somebody asks you to, hey, find out where we have host name hard coded, IP address hard coded, something hard coded. So this kind of command will help you. So like example, in this file, we have many places history. So I want to see only this file, sorry, only those lines where history is there. If I say head, I'll get to first. If I say tail, I'll get bottom. But this command, which I'm going to teach you, which will show you only the line which we have history. Making sense? So let's do it. So you're going to say cat my history. Then you're going to say pipe. And then grab, and just write what you want to look for. Please understand, this is your file name. And you're saying, I'm going to do pipe. Grab. Grab means search. Token. So you're saying, I want to search this token. If it is there, show me those lines where the token exists. The token is history. So if I press enter, it will find in that file whichever line has history. So you can see that, oh wow, look at that. It founds, right? See how beautifully it found? It tells you exactly 7, 8, 7, 8. So exactly you know. So now you know where to change. Make sense? So first, this is your file name. But here, this grep command helps you to find out where this token is. If that theory is right, I want to find out date. Right? Yes or no? So what should I do? Cat, my history, pipe, grep, date. So you can see there are two places I have date. Give me thumbs up if you're clear. Grep is your best friend. Let me repeat. Because anytime you search, grep is a very good, it's control F, easy language. In Linux, grep is super duper help. You will love it as we go further. Remember, I'm going step by step. So we'll repeat again some of the command. Good. Now, sometimes people say, show me all lines. Listen carefully. Show me all lines without grep. Sorry, without date or without history. So there are two things, right? File. Sometimes you are looking for that where you have that token. And sometimes say, show me all lines without that token. Are you understanding? If you're looking only that token, simple grep. But sometimes you want to exclude that token and show me all lines. So check it out. You can use up arrow. And you can just do grep space minus V. Minus V means exclude. Minus V means exclude. So what you are saying that without this two line, show me everything. So grep minus V without date, show me everything. So if I press enter, you can see it will show everything, but it will not show date. You will not see anywhere date. Did you notice that? So grep minus V is very powerful. Minus V means exclude. Only everything is okay. Remember, head should be tight tip. Please. I want to see you came a little
I
late.
got you.
No, I understand. I understand, but I don't want you to be 50% in the classroom, right? See, remember, I'm helping you, okay? Someone is outstanding person is controlling you from remotely. Stop that. Focus here, right? So grep minus V is that. Now let's just change the question. How many lines do not have a date? So this line do not have date. Yes or no? But I want to know how many lines do not have date. So use the up arrow, and then do pipe WC minus L. So what will happen? It will count the line which does not have date. Give me thumbs up if you understand. I have one pipe here. I have one pipe here. So this is working. Then you are working. Then this is working. So ultimately you get the answer from this command. Yes, sir.
So when you add additional pipes, that's like adding additional functions to on the same command, right?
Mhm.
That's
The base Linux admin, right? Longer command. So they don't have to write multiple commands. Are you understand? Everyone understand pipe means you're connecting the pipe. So first, you know what this one show the screen, the result. This one exclude the date, and this one count. Make sense or not? So example, if I say cat, my history, grep history, right? So I can see I have few lines here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But my manager said, no. Count how many lines has history. Then I can use up arrow. I can say pipe, grep, sorry, my mistake, WC minus L, boom. And it says 6 line has history. Make sense? So pipe can be used many times. Give me thumbs up if you're clear here. We use 3 command as a pipeline. Right? As you do this type of thing, you become a pro. If you just write a grep command, you are a beginner. If you just write a cat command, you're a beginner. But when you start combining that, then that's called pipeline. You're creating pipe. Linux is one of the most popular software in the world where the pipeline was introduced. Unix using in a newer generation, but this was started like 30 years back. Good so far? Clear? Okay. So that covers our one simple exercise in our forum, which I cover simply head, right? And then we cover head, and then we cover tail. So we are good?
Sir, I have one question. So we did history and then append my histories. So now, then after we run a few more commands. So now if you want to add the new command that we...
Yeah, first run history. If you run history, you will see all command. And if you want to append that, you can append, right? You can append my history. So your new command, we have to write it, right? You have to write back.
Okay.
You have to write back. If you don't write back, history is continuously changing, right? But file, let's say you want to write back this way, you can write back.
Okay.
Right? Why don't you write back? So run this command, history, that's your original command. History is original command. Then write back means you're appending. This is your file, original file, my history. So now the file will grow significantly. Yes or no? Because up to this you had, and now you added more content. Make sense? History is not going to stop. History is a command. My history will get the details from that. Now you press enter. Good so far? Mr. Clear?
Yes, thank you.
Now if I do cat, listen carefully. If I do cat my history, it's going to go fast. Let me show you some trick here. If you do my and tab, it will write for me. Oh, look at that. So you write my. As long as there is a name matching, if you do tab, it will write for you. Don't ask me where tab is. It's in your keyboard. Yes or no? Right? Yeah. So my and tab. So it will write for you. Make sense? So now if you press enter, entire file is huge. You can see how fast it goes. This file has a lot of content. Please understand what I'm going to explain. You only understand when you follow the concept. This file has a more content, so it automatically skipped. You can see the 4 lines are not visible. Do you guys agree? Because it's going fast. It's going fast. Yes or no? So Linux gives you opportunity to control, to see the file. If your file has a 10 pages, how many pages? 10. This will scroll like this, and you won't be able to read it. You won't be able to read it. So there are 2 commands, less and more. Please pay attention. We're going to learn less and more. So first, if you go to my forum, lace command is a file viewer used to view content file on one screen at a time. So let's do that. So we are here. Check it out. I'm going to do lace. Please type lace, and your file name my history, and press enter and see what happened. So when you do my history, lace, please understand, lace, that's a command, space file name my history. So what happened? When you press enter, you will get the whole screen like that, and it is waiting for you. You can do up arrow or you can do down arrow. You can see up arrow, you can down arrow. Look at that. You control that file. You can go up, you can control down, and once you are done with that, you press enter or Q. Q means quit. Q means quit. Let's do one more time. Lace my history and press enter. So it will show you first page and it will wait for you. Now you use up arrow, right? You can use up arrow or you can use down arrow. You can use up arrow or you can use down arrow. You can control entire view as much time you want to read. It's just like a newspaper. You can read about it. Once you are done, you're going to do Q. Q for quit. Give me thumbs up if you're clear with it. So why should I use less? If somebody give me a file, the file has a lot of content. I don't want you to scroll. I want to read line by line, then listen. Make sense? But sometimes you want to jump page to page. You don't want to read line by line. You want to jump page to page, then more command. So let's do that. So more, my history. You just write my and tab. Sounds familiar? My and tab. So you can say more, my and tab. It will write for you. And press enter. And that's why you must be doing something wrong. Could anybody help? Why it's not? It does should do for you. It should do for you. No. You shouldn't type. You should learn. You ask good question. Yes, sir.
So the tab command, if I have 4 files,
See, power of learning by asking question.
if I have 4 files that start with my,
So
my
it
history
will
might
show
have-
first one. It will show you first one. If you keep tab, second
Okay,
one,
that's
third
fine.
one, fourth.
you keep hitting tab.
But you know now where is the tab. Yes? Awesome. Thank you. See, that's the power of in-person classroom. You can at least ask, right? Otherwise, where you want to ask, right? Anyway, more my history. If you press enter, what will happen? It will still wait. But more command doesn't go back. It go forward. So if I do down arrow, it will allow me to go down like page. But it is jumping page. It doesn't allow me to go back. Lace command allows me to scroll. Do you see the benefit here? So if you want to just go forward only, more command. But if you want to go up and down and read about it, then less command.
So
let's
it's
do-
better less. Right?
Sorry?
Less is better because you
I would
can
not
just
say
keep
better.
going.
It depends on your need. Depends on your need. So let's do one more time. More history. So you can see more, sorry, my mistake, my history, right? So you can see the whole file and it's waiting until I do something. It's not going to do anything. Then if I do down arrow, it's going to switch to whole page, down arrow, and then it ends. But more command is forward only. Less command allows you to scroll. Clear? People on phone, clear? Yes, no, yes, no. Good, thank you. See, guys, it's not hard. Do you agree or not? So far, so good. Did I lose anyone? Maybe not. Okay. Now we are going to cover 2 other commands. Let me just go back to the forum so that we can see the flow nicely. More we talk about. Now, the most important command of the day, the permission. Okay. So let's step by step understand. Don't be scared. This is the most important command you will be using many times. System admin use this thing more often. So it's very important that you understand in and out. Do ls space -l and then my history and see that. So you will see this thing and give me thumbs up. ls space -l and then file name. Just press my and tab. Okay. Start understanding tab. Tab command completes everything. So just write my and press tab. Tab is very powerful. Trust me, you will love it. And tab is the switch in your keyboard. Okay. Now I want you to pay attention because there are 6, 7 things. This thing I'm going to cover. There are 4, 5 commands go hand to hand. If you pay attention, it will allow me to do good. Otherwise, you will have a weakness now. Okay, these are system admin commands. These are not basic commands. First thing first, we talk about last class, and I'm repeating one more time. There are 3 steps here. RWX. What is R stands for? Read, write, and execute. Okay. Now this is for Mr. John. No one speak. John, who is the first one? Very nice. Ali, what is the second one? Group. And third is the user. OGU. O means owner, G means group, and U means user. Clear? OGU, OGU, owner, group, and user. Each one can have different permissions. So if you want to change the permission, the command is chmod. Chmod, some people call mod, chmod, whatever you call, right? Chmod. Ch means change, and mod means change. Your mode means you're changing the permission. Chmod or chmod. So far, so good. Now, I'm going to teach you a little bit tricky. I need 100% attention. Okay, don't tell me I didn't understand. There is no way you can become system admin if you don't understand this thing. So I want to be very clear. First of all, you are agreed. RWX, say yes. Okay. If I say this means 1, this means 2, and this means 4. So if I say I'm going to give you permission 400, what permission I'm giving you?
Read.
Read permission.
Reading permission.
Only giving you read permission. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
But if I say I'm going to give you 4, 4, and 4, it means what's happening right now?
You
I
are
have
giving the whole
Read, write, and execute permission.
no.
giving the owner and group
Read.
and the user.
Owner,
read.
group, and user. So let's little bit diving. Let's start step by step. I'm thinking first of all, you guys are participating, which is good. Do you guys agree? We have three groups. First is the owner, second is the group, and third is the user. They all have RWX. Say yes.
Yes.
They all have RWX. Don't make it hard. Remember, it's easy. First one is always 1, second one is always 2, and third one is always 4. First one is always 1, second one is always 2, and 4. 1, 2, 4. Easy. If I say 4,
I'm sorry, I have a question.
and if 1 second, listen, I'll answer. If I say 4, 4, 4, what that mean?
Read. Everybody has the permission.
Read
Anybody
only.
anybody
Read
can
permission
word,
for
anybody
Oh,
can understand
yeah.
read. It means these all group has a read. If I say 5 here, 6 here, and 7 here, what that mean? 1
5
plus 2.
combines the read
One
and
second.
execute.
1 plus 2. 1 plus 2. 3. 3 plus 4. 7. Here 4 plus 2. 6. Here 4 plus 1. 5. So 4 plus 1, 5 means you have read
Execute.
and execute.
Execute.
You have read and write.
Right.
But you have read, write, and execute. So you have all 3 means you have all permission. Make sense? One more time, I'll answer all your questions. I want you to first follow along. Let's say example, I have 1, I have 2, and I have 1. Ali, what is the permission this guy will get? No one speak. Execute.
About 5.
So no, not 5. This is the owner. You have 3 things, and I'm saying you have only 1 permission. What permission I'll give to owner?
To order,
Mhm.
execute.
Very good. Why? Because first is the owner, and owner is only getting execute permission because it's 1. But here, Ruben, I'm giving permission
Right.
too. So I'm giving right. Awesome. Makes sense or no? And here I'm giving 1. Sukumar, what does that mean? Here I have what kind of permission I'm giving? Execute permission. So now let's say I want to change this thing. If I say 7, 7, 7, what that mean?
They have all the
All permission to have. So 7 means all. Are we understanding why all? Because I'm giving 1 here, I'm giving 2 here, and I'm giving 4 here. So if I do addition, 4 plus 2, 6 plus 1, it means you read, you write, and you execute. But if I give here 5, what that mean? 4 and 1. So 4 and 1 means read and execute. But if I give here 6, what that mean? 4 and 2 means read and write.
Read and write.
Right? Make sense? Now ask question.
So my question is, where did the number come from? I'm lost when
From
it comes
me.
to that number.
From me.
I understand the concept.
No, from
but-
me. Hello, from me, so you can understand.
Okay.
Number came from me, so you can understand. The first one is 1, and then 2, and then 4. So you can easily understand. If I say I'm giving 1, means you will give this guy execute permission. Then 2. These numbers are binary. But again, I don't want to go binary because you will be lost. So number came from me. Remember 1, 2, 4. Speak with me. 1, 2, 4. The minimum permission you can give is 1. Make sense or no? But if you don't want to give any permission, then you just do 0. If you don't want to give any permission, what that mean? 0. But if you give 1, execute. 2 and 4, 5, 6 and 7. You guys agree? So let's do one at a time.
You can do 3 as well, right?
Yeah, of course you can. We'll do that. So let's do together. Okay. First, relax and pay attention. Right now, I want you to understand your file, my history. Say yes or no. Yes or no? Yes. Our goal is to play around this permission. Please understand, don't be lost. There are 3 sections. RWX, 3 sections. Owner, group, and user. If I say 700, what that mean? Owner has all permission. Group has 0 permission. User has. So let's start with that. So let's do that. So do sudo. Sudo means you become admin. Sudo means you become admin. Please type. Sudo means you become admin. Then you can say chmod. Chmod. And then you can say 700. And you are giving file name, my history. When you do that, you will not see anything. But when you do ls -l, you will see that. Oh, wow, it works. It works. Look at that. See, ls -l, when I give, I see no, this was there. But then I say sudo. Remember, sudo means you become an admin for a second. You say chmod and you say 700. And you can see 7 means 1, 2, and 4. So 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 4, 7. So this guy got all permissions, 0, 0. Make sense? Are you understanding? Yes. Let's say I want to give everyone 7 permission. What will happen? What would be the command? Sudo chmod 7 my history. Boom. And then ls -l. And you can say, wow, I understood now. Right? Works or not? You will be asked almost hundreds of times in a day, give me permission. What that means, they want you to do that, right? So by default, you give least permission, which is read only or no permission by default. But in case somebody asks that, you have to make sure you follow along. Okay? Yes, Olu.
So I think on my end, I was supposed to press Q, right? Because I can't type on the. It's not giving me the permission to type back on to type the command.
Control
I can't
C.
even use the keyboard.
Very good.
Control C.
Yeah, and make sure you pay attention. Okay, your parking lot, and I'm in Chicago, right? Control C. You need to come out from there. Do Q, Control C, whatever it is. You need a dollar prompt. You need a dollar prompt. If you don't have a dollar prompt, you can't write command, right? Dollar prompt is a beautiful thing, right? You need a dollar prompt in order to write command. Make sense or no? So far, so good. Olu, it worked or not?
No, it didn't work. It's not even responding at all.
Do press enter, what you are getting, what you see on the screen.
It's basically it's not. I got all the commands on the screen or whatever, but now that I'm trying to write the last command, it's not even letting me type.
Why? What is happening? That's what you have to explain me. Are you getting dollar prompt? Are you not able to?
Yeah, there's a dollar prompt in front of it.
Then you have to reconnect. You have to reconnect. Your internet might have lost. So you may want to reconnect to the instance. You have to go and reconnect the instance. You can go back to EC2 like that, right? Remember instance, go back to instance, and you have to connect one more time. You will not lose anything. all information will be there just to go back and connect it. Okay, that happens because of your poor internet. It happens. You will be able to rejoin. And good news, all commands are independent. You can catch up with me so far. Okay, yeah, I want to give zero permission. What is the command? Sudo chmod 000 my history. Boom. ls minus l. Easy. Clear? Clear or not? Ali, so far so good. Zero means no permission at all. Make sense? So if I give this thing one more time, sudo, see, remember, why am I doing sudo? For a single command, I'm admin. That command, I'm admin. I'm not normal admin because right now I'm a normal user. But for that command, I can only run if I have admin permissions. Make sense or no? Yes or no? So right now let's do sudo chmod. Let's say if I do 333 or 337, just an example, my history. What that mean? What that mean?
Write and execute.
So
Owner and group.
So here you are write and execute, and last one has all permission because 7 means all permission. So how do you calculate that? RWX. And when you say 1, 2, so 1, 2 means you give this permission. So 1 plus 2, 3. So you give write permission, read execute permission. You give for these two guys, right? Because you have first owner, second group, and third is the user. So user has all 3 permissions. Are we clear? So if somebody asks, give group all permission and owner and user has 0 permission, what's the command? Give group all permission, but owner and group should have a 0 permission.
007.
Very good. I'm impressed. Sudo chmod 070 my history. Remember, guys, the learning happened this way. This command often asked in interview because if you do not know this, you can't do file related permission control. In Linux, you only have options is a file permission. Good? Crystal clear? Pinky promise? Ali? Good, put a smile. Command works, right? Command works means what else you need? Okay, so we have done chmod. Now we are not done yet. Now we want to change this guy as a owner, we want to change, and we want to change the group. Right now, owner and group is same. So in order to change, because we don't have any other user, we do not have other user. We do not have other users. So what should we do? So for that, we're going to do command called user add. Listen carefully. This is not a simple class anymore. We are now getting into admin 1. User add. User add means I'm adding user. So first, let's say I add a Tom. Please understand, when I add Tom, what happened? Linux will create a directory called home. Listen carefully. Linux will create a directory home and based on the user Tom. So anytime you create a user, Linux will start create a /home and then username. If you don't have this directory, then person cannot log in. Person cannot log in. So I'm going to create a couple of users and then we'll create a couple of groups. What does that mean? I'll cover that. But first we'll do user. After that, we'll give a permission. Sorry, password, my mistake. We'll give a password. Are you understand? What is password means?
The user can log in.
No. What is password means?
Like authentication, right? The key to get in.
Key to get in. Password. Password. That means you will not see it. You will not see it. It's a security key, which will allow you to log in. But when you type password, would you be able to see? No. And you will say, nothing has happened. No, it's purposefully. You should type, even though you're not seeing. If you keep asking me question, you're not listening to me. Password will be not visible. You can still type Tom123 and press enter. It will take it. Am I making sense here? It will say password. It will not show up on a screen. You need to carefully type Tom123. Press enter. It will again ask because you might have made mistake. Tom123. Press enter. You will not see on the screen password. Am I making clear? Many times, but it's not visible. Why would it be visible? It's password. Password. Hide that word. That's what password means. Have you seen password in login anytime? Star, 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 dot, dot, dot. Let me show you. People may not understand. Sometimes people are asking question, but I'm thinking if you want to see, let's go to Bank of America. Right? Bank of America. I just want to make sure you all understand password. So now onwards because sometimes, if you don't understand that part, you will be confusing. So let's say I want to log in. I hope there is a login button. Do they have a login? Huh?
Sign in. On that second tab.
Second tab is this one.
On top.
Oh, here you go. So let's go to here, login. So check it out. Here you will not cry, but when you learn Linux, you cry. See here, username is visible. But look at the password, not visible. Do you agree? Something we're gonna do it. So let's do it. First thing we are gonna do username. Okay, listen carefully. So sudo, please type sudo user add space Tom. Press enter. Was it hard at all? Add user is simple. This is your lifetime activity. Every day you will add user. Every day. Do you think this is hard? Only you can do it because you are the only one have a permission. Right now, what happened? Linux has created a directory home Tom. Home means home and Tom means username. I want to check, is user created? Then there's a command called ID and Tom. So enter. So every user will have unique ID. Every user will be part of the group. Every user will have, so you can see how Tom I created. So user Tom is created and Linux automatically create a group for that user. Make sense? So one user created Tom. Was it hard? Let's create another user. So we can say sudo user add. And let's say I do Emmy and enter. And I do ID Emmy. You will see that number is increasing. Number is increasing. When I say Tom got 1001 Tom, but when I create Emmy got 102. Each user will have unique ID. Give me thumbs up if you understand. User add. Make sure Linux is always lowercase. So sudo command gives me permission. I'm an admin. User add Tom. Now that part is pretty cool. But I have not given password. So how do I get password? Please understand, don't be surprised. Password will not be visible. Listen. So I'm going to set password for first Tom. And I'll make it easy. Tom123, Emmy123. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So simple. I'm going to say sudo pass w. I don't think it's complete word. I think pass wd, I believe. Yeah, pass wd. Then Tom, pass WD and Tom, and press enter. It is right now asking new password. You will not see it, but you carefully type Tom123 enter. Tom123 enter, and it is taken correctly. Give me thumbs up if you are able to write Tom123, and it will take automatically. So please understand, this is the command. You are setting this user password. You have to type carefully. Tom123, you will not be able to see. Makes sense? Same thing you type again. If you made a mistake, run again up arrow and run this same command.
It says bad password. The
Yes.
password is shorter.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry. Ignore. Let's ignore that. You're doing good. Okay. Now let's do the same thing for Emmy. Let's do the same thing for Emmy. So what we're gonna do? Sudo password Emmy. Make sure the password is not a whole word. It's a pass WD Emmy, and I'll say Emmy123. Emmy123. Make sure you are not able to see password. Sudo password Emmy123. Emmy123. Are we clear? Are we clear? Please understand, whenever you are creating user, listen carefully. Whenever you are creating user, Linux automatically create that user group. Good. Crystal clear? Yes, sir.
Why does it, is it random or why does it assign the user ID as 1002?
It start with that.
1000.
1000. It's not random. Start with that. But you can change and you can customize also. So there is a config file you can change, start with that. But the reason 1000, because some of the are initial, it's like a system software related thing. 1000 you can start. Good so far? Now we have two users. One is Tom and one is Amy. I think you are good so far? Good. So now let's do the history. ls minus L, my history, just in my end tab. And here you can see that username was EC2 user and group was this one. Now we have a way to change the user. You guys agree? Because I have a user. You guys agree or not? I have a user. So how do I do that? So now you need to give me a few seconds. I'll show you. So first is a sudo change owner. So ch own means own. Ch own. Then you can say I want to have what do you call my username Tom Tom and file name my history and press enter. So what is this going on here? Owner is Tom group is also Tom. So we are saying, hey, this file, it used to be owner is EC2 user and group was this. Now I want to change the owner Tom and group is Tom. Make sure you use a colon in the between. What is the command? Owner. CH. Are you sure you are working? Your facial reaction doesn't help. Sure?
Yeah.
100%. Okay. It's okay to ask. Remember, he's happy right now. Command is working, right? Yes or no? I can see smile right away. Right? These are important commands. You cannot say I don't understand. I'll be honest with you. Not acceptable, because this is the only command you are define you as an admin. Average person cannot write this command. We are running through sudo. We are not running with normal command. Sudo means you elevate your permission for that command. So we change ownership Tom. So let's check it out. ls minus L, and you will see that this file is now owned by Tom. Wow, look at that. It works. It just works. It used to be EC2 user. Do you guys remember? And now it's changed. Yes.
So you got the the owner, and you got the group. What about the user?
User is third party. You don't care.
As an
Owner,
admin, you don't care.
user means third party. You don't know them. Anyone else is user. Owner is you. Group means you know the people who are belongs to. But user is anyone can be user, right? So that owner user should have a list permission. Right? Example. Think about it. You are working on a school. So you want to be owner because you created. But then you are saying student group, instructor group, dean group. Makes sense? But like a visitor, they're user. Parents come, they're user. Makes sense or not? If you go to bank, manager, staff, customer, these are group. But anyone else, that user. So user will have a list permission. Make sense? In this case, do you guys agree? Tom is the owner and Tom is a group. Yes or no? Let's do one more time. So let's do it here. Sudo ch own Amy Tom and file name my history. And now ls minus L and see that what happened. What is the owner now? And what is the group? Do you see that? Say yes. Do you see? So you can have owner and you can have groups. So ch owner through you can own, and owner can be changed, group can be changed. Pretty good. So ch own command does two things. Owner and group it can change. You can give combination of them. If you just want to change group, then you can just say ch group grp. Ch grp means you can just change the group. So let's do it. I hope you are understanding, right, what I'm doing here, right? Sudo ch group, right? And then I'll say, let's say Amy, my history. Now ls minus L, and from Tom, it's Amy. Look at that. It used to be Tom, but now you change the group and you say Amy. Now group is Amy. Oh wow, that works. Pretty clear? Crystal clear.
To change only the owner,
Hmm?
can you do CHOW and just
Yeah,
one?
yeah, you can do. You can do. Let's do that. So here, sudo ch own, that's a term, my history, right? ls minus l, and you can say ta-da! Easy, easy. See, you guys are understanding. Very simple. This command, do you think it's going to take like hundreds of years? In 10 minutes, you understand, but you will be using mostly daily. Why? Because permissions are only given through owner, group, or chmod. Remember chmod 7, 3, 4, 5. These are only 3 commands you need to know: owner, group, and chmod to give a file related permission. You know how to create user add, yes or no? Yes or no? User add, you know how to add a password. So in company, when you work for a company, Bank of America, if they have 30,000 employees, what that means? 30,000 user you will create. User add 1, user add 2. Anytime person join, you will get a request, create user. And how long you going to take? Huh? No, you're going to take 5 days for creating user. How many days? And relax and enjoy, watch YouTube and all, and just 5 seconds complete and say, I'm done. You will take 5 days lead time. How many days? Think how much money you can make and how much relaxation. If you know command, it takes 5 seconds. But overall, industry will give you 5 days because you are so busy. Make sense? See, remember, when you know more, you work less. But if you don't know more, you work hard. So choice is yours. Some of you are working hard. That's why you come a little bit late or miss the class. Some of you say, oh, I'm working. You're working hard. This one is smart. I'm not kidding at all. You get a 5 days up notice when somebody is hired. Onboarding is take time. Anyway, so we did it. Now we're going to create a group. Sorry.
I have a question, sir.
Hmm?
So, well, first we did a sudo own Tom, owner and group Tom, and then we did it Amy. But when we do the ls minus l,
Mhm.
why we don't see the both user? Why we see only the last user that?
Okay. How can you have an owner? Like when you sell your house, when you sell to someone, owner is only one. I hope it is
Oh,
right. You can keep your ownership and you are selling. Oh, I never heard about that.
yeah.
At single point
Okay, I
of
got
time,
it.
only property owned by one person. I wish they can keep me as owner. You can't. That's called violation, right? As soon as you
Right.
change ownership, only one owner and one group. Makes sense?
So one owner have a 2 groups?
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Oh,
So now let's do it. We have 2 users. How many users? 2 users. So let's create a group. Sudo. You guys have fun so far? Right? Special lab I created for you guys. But when you come late and you miss class, it hurts. Okay? So please don't miss the class because trust me, you will lose a lot of things. Sudo add user add. So here we'll say group add, right? Say group add, and the last command where user add, right? Here we have group add, and we'll say student. I think 1 second is a GRP, I believe. Spelling group GROUP. Yeah, group add. My mistake. Now sudo group add instructor. I hope you are understanding. I'm creating a group. So what is group? So group means if you have similar role in the life, like example, all you are in a classroom, if you're taking the class, you all have a similar role called student. Yes or no? Same thing, let's say I and my team member have similar role called instructor. So we are 5, 6 instructors, so then they are similar group. Group in the sense of they all, instructor all will have same permission. Student will have same permission. Now they may ask question in interview, how you create a group. So there are 2 ways people normally create a group. Listen carefully. One is a location based. So example, Chicago group, New York group. Make sense? And the second is the functional based. Marketing group, sales group. Make sense? So right now you are functional, student group, instructor group. Make sense or not? Can I create an in-person online? Yeah. Group is nothing but logical grouping where you add people. You add people. So in one group, you can have hundreds of users, and one user can exist in multiple groups. So example, you can be student and you can be instructor also. Possible or not? So if I add Tom, please understand, if I add Tom here, I can also add Tom here. And if I add Amy, I can add Amy only here if I want to. Make sense? Or say yes. Say yes. Okay. So first you have user and your group. Did I add Tom in any of the group? Did I add Tom in any of the group? Answer is no. Answer is no. So far I have users and I have group. Are we clear? How many groups I have? 2. One is student and instructor. Now, if I do ID Tom, you can see literally, listen. If I do ID Tom, you can see literally he's part of only his own group, Tom. Now I'm going to take Tom and I'm going to put Tom in a student group. Are you guys ready? Right? So user Tom, I'm going to add in a group. So let's do that. So first, sudo user mod minus a means append, minus G, capital G means group. Now student is the group and user is Tom, and press enter and do ID Tom and give me thumbs up if
Wait, you said the only
please see and try first type, please.
Okay.
Type it, you will understand. Make sure G is capital. Okay, make sure G is capital. So this is the group and this is the user. This user will be added in this group. And when I say ID Tom, G means group. G means group. Capital G. Make sure you understand. So when I say ID Tom, Tom is now part of 2 groups, its own group and student. Run this command, try it, and then give me thumbs up. Right? Please understand, user mod minus a means append. Append means add. And you're saying add into group. Which group? Student group. Who's the user? Tom. Makes sense? You don't have to memorize it. You don't have to memorize. Everything is in my form. But you should understand the command is only one command in the word, user mod. So let's do one more. Let's say I want to add Amy in a student group. What's the command? Sudo user mod minus a minus G, capital G, student Amy. And then you can do ID Amy, double check. Is it added? Yeah, Amy is added into this user group. So you can see Amy is this group and Amy is a student. So
The default group is their own name.
their own name. Linux by default create a group. Makes sense on it? Do you think this is how? Now, if I want to add both user in instructor group, I can. So same command, you know now very well, sudo user mod minus a minus G and student, sorry, instructor, because that's your instructor, that's your group, and then you can add whatever user you want to add. And now you can do ID Tom. Now you can see here, Tom has a multiple groups. Make sense or no? So this is your group and this is your user. And this user has now added to multiple group. Yes.
Can you add user Tom to group A?
Yeah, same command. Same command. But you got the idea. If you can add in student, you can add in instructor. Instead of instructor, you can just say Amy and it can add it. Makes sense or not? So why would I create a group? So like example, if you are working on a project, then I can say project A is a group. And everyone who is working on this, I can create, I can add this user. The benefit of, they all will have same permission. They all will have a same permission. How do I give permission to group? Do you know that? How do I give permission to group? See, first of all, let me ask you. Do you agree that Tom and Amy both are in student group? Say yes or no.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. Now let's go to file ls minus l. My student. Sorry, my history, my mistake. My history. Now please understand. I'm going to show you this and we'll take a break. Make sure you don't miss out this. We have a group called student and we have 2 users. User 1 here, user 2. Now,
1 second, please go back. Go
no,
back.
1 second. You can listen, please. Make sure you understand. They both are working. in a student group. And they all say, hey, admin, I need a read, write, and execute permission for both users. Read, write, and execute for both users. Now, you know, I know, there are only 3 sections you have. First is the owner. Second is group. Third is user. So user is useless. Owner, you can't make owner both of them. So that is also not possible. But you can say group is common. Hey, group is common. So I know RWX for one guy. I know the middle one has also RWX. What they ask? They ask all permission. They ask all permission. But right now, who is the group here? Group is ME. So first I need to make the group student. And if I make a group student, then I can give permission 7, then I solve the problem. Are we understanding? So first thing, if somebody say, give this group all permissions. So what they are saying is, there are users in that group. There are users in the group, they all need the permission. So let's do step by step. Please allow me, and then you will ask question. First thing first. Currently, do we have student group? But here it is not. So let's change the group. So here we'll say sudo, please type grp group student for the file my history. So that is done. ls minus l, double check, give me thumbs up. You're able to see the student here, one at a time. So student, we are changing here as a group. So my group is now student, one at a time. It used to be a ME, now it's a student. So far so good. Now let's say if I want to give this group only read permission. So we know how to give permission: read, write, execute. Read means 4. Yes or no? Write means 2. Execute means 1. So let's say if I want to only give read permission, so I'll say 4, 0, 0. But 4 is this guy is a 4. But owner, they want all permission, so 7. Group, they need only read permission, so 4, and rest no permission. So now I'm going to run this command, sudo chmod 740, and then file name, and enter ls minus l. So you can see now what we're saying here. Owner, Tom is the owner, has everything, all permission. But group is a student, and student have read permission. And these people have 0 permissions. Make sense? Questions? Olu, questions?
I've got the last command, but I was trying to get back to the part where you I believe it was the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 8 line from the bottom, where you have a write, read, and execute. On the history part, I wanted you to, when you started explaining the part, when you go to the sudo change group student history.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not
So
sure
I
what
got
the
all,
question.
I got everything, like it
That's
worked.
fine. Don't worry. So remember, right now, you don't have to do all command. You need to understand. You will do homework. You're going to lab. When I give you recording, you can watch that thing. Remember, we are not going to do this like, everything together. We want to try. If you can type it, great. If not, you can do watch recording. When you do homework, you're going to practice this thing. Right now, I'm focused on learning. If you can type, great. If not, let's not stuck in the hey, this command I didn't complete, because there are hundreds of commands I'm going to type, right? All commands are independent. All commands are independent. So if one command doesn't work, doesn't mean anything. Make sense?
Okay.
At this moment,
but I'm up to date now, though. That's fine.
very good. And again, all commands are independent, so you will not miss anything. Please understand. One more time, we'll do exercise and then we'll take a break. So now they say, you know what? Change the group student to instructor. How do I do that? What is the command? Please do sudo chgrp group instructor, and then come my history. And you can do ls minus l. You need to ls minus l. You will see that your group has changed to instructor. Remember, you're changing group and giving a name of this group, and this is the file name. This is the file. So changing group should not take longer. Do you agree? Now, let's say you can say this group should only have write permission. What would be the command? Owner should have all permissions. So we'll say sudo chmod. Owner should have all permissions, 7. Group should have write permission. So read, write, execute. So 2. And user should have 0 permission. So 0 in my history. And enter. And ls minus L. And you can all do it without any difficulty. Step by step, check it. So this is your group is change instructor. You have all permission here, 7. You have write permission here, good. And you have 0 permission here, perfect. And all command is in front of you, right? All commands are independent. So if previous command did not work, not a problem. You can start over. How are we doing overall? Good so far? So let's take a break, 10 minutes break, stretch yourself, drink water, coffee. I'm going to keep the screen as is. We'll take a little break right now. Time check. It's 8:18. 8:18. We'll be back at 8:30. We'll give you